Okay, both of you in high school. Now, there's a lot of peer pressure in high school. I know when I went to high school, it's peer pressure all the way around. Almost everything you do has some form of peer pressure involved with it. There seems to be this pressure to, quote-unquote, be with somebody. If you're not in a relationship in high school, or at least to be perceived as you are connected to somebody in high school, then it becomes an issue where what's wrong with you? What's wrong with this? What's wrong with her? Do you feel that kind of pressure?
Well, not me.
Jamal, I think one of the real pressure points and I'm so glad that you have these young ladies on the phone, because one of my desires, and maybe you can help me with this, Jamal, is really to start an online dialogue, Dear Doctor, just for teens, because there's nobody answering their questions. If they're living with their grandmother, it's things that she doesn't want to talk about. If they're living with their father, they feel like, well, this is something a mother should be talking about. So the kids are left unattended. So we really need dialogue, because one of the issues with the young ladies when they're dating a young man, they feel like, well, once I get into this relationship, and boys will say to them, well, if you don't, I really like you, I love you, but the other girls are having sex. And women, young girls feel like, if I don't, then Susan will, then somebody else will. Are you all relating to me? Are they there?
Yes, they're here.
So some of the young girls will get involved because they say, I really like this guy, and I really want a relationship, and I don't really want him to go with anybody else. So then they feel pressure to have sex. Are you all listening to me?
Yes, I get what you're saying, and I think that a lot of people my age, our age, they do that because they don't want anybody else to, quote unquote, have their man or something like that.
So I know I'm right about it. So the doctor is absolutely correct, right?
Yes.
Right. I think if we as parents would recognize the fact that we've been teens, if we drive issues from that vantage point, what happened to us? Life has not changed, Jamal. The same things are going on that went on yesteryears when we saw these type of relationships. When I was 15 and 16, I remember, I guess about 16, I was living with my sister. And I remember dating, going to the movies, sitting on the porch with boys. And what happened, all of these boys, Jamal, many of them, they were actively sexually active. And I was having a lot of breakup relationships, and people thought there was something wrong with me, that I could not keep a boyfriend. So they were kind of like looking at me funny, but the issue was I was not having sex. So I wasn't breaking up with them. They were breaking up with me because all the other girls were. So they felt, why am I going to spend the time just hanging around you and you're not doing anything? So who was looked on as a bad girl at that time? Well, every time it's always a different boy. So we got to be careful with the pressure that we put on our young girls, because there can be reasons why that they are not still with Joe Blow. Sometimes the mother likes Joe Blow, okay? Well, what happened with you and Joe Blow? He's a nice little boy. You don't know what he's doing when you're not around. You don't know how many times he's trying to put his hand under my dress. You don't know what he's doing. So parents need to open up and find out what is happening in these relationships. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. Okay. Kelly has another question for you. Go ahead, Kelly.
Okay, what about the pressure that the parents put on us to be with a person or to not be with this person? How do we take that?
Well, what you need to do, you need to find out. Say, Mom, why is it? Just, have this candid conversation. What is it about this person that you don't like? Tell me why I shouldn't be with this person. That needs to be sit down and dialogue, and then I think you have a better understanding. Because parents sometimes like the wrong boy, I'm telling you. Because these young men can put on the biggest front. They can be so manable. You would think an angel just flew from heaven when they're around your parents. But your parents really don't know some of the other things that these young men might be doing. That's why it's important to have that dialogue and really listen to your parents. When they tell you why, let them explain it to you, so then you can understand and you can have dialogue. Because sometimes a parent can see something, a particular man can see something in a young man that you dated that you won't see, neither will your mother see, because men know men.
Any other questions? Okay.
Later.
Okay. Well, we'll come back to you when you're ready to ask a question.
I'm really happy to be speaking with them, Jamal.
Oh, well, I'm happy that they're here today, and again, this is the kind of dialogue that sometimes we don't have, and I don't hear enough of it on radio, for sure, when we have teenage girls that are willing to, I guess, ask questions about the pressure that they're going through, the types of issues that they're facing when they're in high school. High school is a very impressionable time. I mean, there's things that take place in high school you will never forget in your life.
And see, young people, Jamal, tend to feel, that's peer pressure. If everybody's dating, if everybody has a boyfriend, if I don't have one, is something wrong with me? So young girls would tell you that. They kind of try to question, why is it when we go to a dance that everybody's getting a dance but me? This is a it's really pressure. And the thing about it, sometimes the reason the boys are not talking to you because they sense the fact that you are there's a type of decency and there's a type of home training and rearing in you that they know by your parents about what they have seen, that you are not the girl who are going to do some of these things that they want to do. And sometimes there are young men who think so highly of you that they wouldn't even dare ask you to do some of the things that they ask other girls to do. But at the same time, you feel rejected because you think they are not liking you. It's not that they are not liking you. You know what? They are respecting you. They're holding you in high regard, but nobody